late. Okay, so we will start with hydrogen bonding. I'll revise what we have studied in last class first. Then we will move to intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bonding in detail. Okay. So, as I said in last class, hydrogen bonding is a type of dipole-dipole interaction, right? So, you can say that, sir, if it's dipole-dipole, then what's the difference between hydrogen bonding and van der Waals force of attraction, right? The basic difference is the strength, okay? Now, the type of dipole involved in hydrogen bonding, okay, is very polar because of high electronegativity difference between hydrogen, right? See, hydrogen and higher electronegative atom. Now, you will say, sir, you said that oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine are higher electronegative atom, right? Okay, and in this it is bonded by carbon. Then how can you say that it's a hydrogen bonding? See, first, this carbon is sp hybridized, and if you talk about sp3 hybridized carbon, its electronegativity is 3. Okay, the electronegativity of sp3 hybridized carbon is 3, which is same as n, and the charge will not be on carbon, it will be on nitrogen. Okay, so here you can just say that carbon is acting as intermediary atom between H and N. Okay, right? Hydrogen bonding is between H and N only, but I told you that hydrogen should be attached with higher electronegative atom, which is in this case carbon is higher electronegative atom, right? Because of its hybridization, है ना? So ये डाउट सोचता था कि सर यहाँ पे तो कार्बन है, आपने बोला था कि अगर हाइड्रोजन अटैच्ड होगा high electronegative atom say, then only it will be your, then only this hydrogen will be participating in hydrogen bonding, right? Since this carbon is sp hybridized, hybridization of this carbon, right, will make the electronegativity very high, which is 3, which is almost equal to nitrogen. That's why it can have hydrogen bonding. Got it? Right? Then we studied that hydrogen bonding depends on electronegativity difference, which is your polarity. Okay, so hydrogen should be there. Hydrogen should be attached with higher electronegative atom, and hydrogen should make hydrogen bond with another high electronegative atom. This is the conditions for hydrogen bonding. So see the conditions we have already discussed. Okay, now then we discussed types of hydrogen bonding. If the hydrogen bonding is between two different molecules, then it is called as intermolecular hydrogen bonding. When I'm saying two different, it means two numbers, not the type. Okay, right? It's two different molecules means two numbers. Okay, now if hydrogen bonding occurs in same molecule, then it is called as intramolecular. So in last class I gave this example of HF and HF. So when this molecule of HF have hydrogen bonding with this second molecule of HF, then we will have intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, it is called as intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, now when we talk about this compound, right, which is orthohydroxy nitrobenzene. Okay, so in this case OH and O of NO, right, will have hydrogen bonding. This is called your intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and will make a ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-membered ring will be formed. This is called as chelation. Okay, the ring formed because of hydrogen bonding is called as chelation. Okay, we'll use this term in coordination compound also, which is a chapter in class 12th, right? But you just think that this is your ring due to hydrogen bonding. It is called as chelation, and usually 5 to 6 membered chelation are stable. Okay, 5 to 6 membered chelation are stable, right? So this is something that we have studied in last class. Now we'll study intermolecular hydrogen bonding in detail. Now when we talk about intermolecular hydrogen bonding are of two types: homo intermolecular and hetero intermolecular. So as the name suggests, homo means same. So if the two different molecules are of same type, for example HF, if both are same, right, of same type, right, then it is your homo intermolecular hydrogen bonding. But if they're of different type, for example H2O and HF, okay, H2O and HF, so it is your hetero intermolecular. Okay, now you just have to think that this is a kind of intermolecular forces. Okay, right? So homo intermolecular, right? It's like this: same molecules, same type of molecules, H2O, then H2O, HF, then everything is HF. Okay, now hetero, different, right? For example, one is alcohol, then water, then alcohol, then water. So these are different type of molecules, right? So it is hetero intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Now intramolecular, so this example I have already given, right? This example, orthonitrophenol. Orthonitrophenol, this I have already given. Then we have salicylic acid. This is a name you have to remember. That's it. You cannot do anything about the name, right? Okay. So this is ortho hydroxybenzoic acid, which is also called as salicylic acid. So you just have to see this OH and so you want O. So this hydrogen, right, is having hydrogen bond with serial bond O. Makes sense? So this is your intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay. So I hope all of you understood what is intermolecular and what is intramolecular, right? Just raise your hand, right? Just raise your hand if you understood what is intermolecular, what is intramolecular, right? Just raise your hand. If you don't get, please message now only. Okay. It's written, na? It's already written. What to write? See this, right? If if hydrogen bonding occurs in the same molecule, as simple as that. Okay, if hydrogen bonding occurs in the same molecule, okay, it's written, everything is written, right? If we have two functional group with one electronegative elements and hydrogen, which can form hydrogen bond in the same molecule, as simple as that. Okay, so here NO2 and OH. So this H is attached with oxygen. So this H can take part in hydrogen bonding. Now in the vicinity of this H, we have O, which is another higher electronegative atom. So this can form hydrogen bond, right? Okay, hydrogen bond is formed between hydrogen and high electronegative atom, which is nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Got it? Okay, so this is your intramolecular hydrogen bonding. The ring form is called as chelation. Okay, so usually 5 or 6 membered chelation are stable. Okay, got it? I repeated everything. Okay, now we studied what is intermolecular and what is intramolecular. Now tell me this, what factors will be affected by hydrogen bonding? Now when you talk about hydrogen bonding, it is a kind of intermolecular forces, right? Now just think about this. What do you think? Intermolecular forces will be strong in case of which hydrogen bonding? Intermolecular hydrogen bonding or intramolecular? Tell me. Intermolecular forces will be strong in case of intermolecular hydrogen bonding or intramolecular hydrogen bonding? Tell me. Everyone just think, right? Suppose we have 10 students, okay? In one case, all 10 students, right, gossip each other, study with each other, right? They all do all the things together with each other. But there's another group, right, in which there are two friends who don't talk to anyone. Okay, they don't talk to anyone, right? Okay, so there's a group of two friends, right? They don't talk to anyone. So what do you think? In which case, right, the cohesion between the class, whole class, will be better in the first case or in the second case? Obviously first case, na, right? Makes sense, right? So the interaction between the students will be more in first case because they are friendly, they talk to each other, right? They talk to everyone. Okay, but in the second case, right, there's a group of only two students. Okay, so I can say that intermolecular forces will be strong in case of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and it will be comparatively weak. Not me. It is comparatively weak as compared to intermolecular. It is not weak, okay, because everything is relative. In chemistry, when you talk about this is more acidic or this is less acidic, this is more stable or less stable, more basic, less basic. So it is with respect to something. है ना? For example, H2O might be neutral for some, it might be basic for some, it might be acidic for some. Got it? Right? So reference पे depend कर जाता है कि तुम reference किसका ले रहे हो. So अभी I'm comparing intermolecular hydrogen bonding with intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Got it? अगर तुम intramolecular hydrogen bonding और London force को compare करो, if you compare intramolecular hydrogen bonding and London force, then tell me किसका intramolecular force ज्यादा होगा? बताओ. Message. If you compare intramolecular hydrogen bonding and London force, बताओ किसका होगा? Intramolecular की hydrogen bond, sorry, London force. Intra, right? Because intra is dipole. So dipole will be obviously stronger than induced dipole. Got it? So relative comparison hota hai. We don't have absolute comparison. Got it? Right? Okay. Now the factors which will affect the solubility, boiling point, right, melting point and all is related with intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, now first physical property that will be affected by hydrogen bond is solubility. Now just think about this. We studied that like dissolve like. You know, we studied that like dissolve like, which means polar solvent will dissolve polar solvent. Like dissolve like. So polar solvent will dissolve polar solute. Okay. Now, just think about this. Because of this hydrogen bonding, solubility will be more or less. What do you think? Tell me. Because of hydrogen bonding, solubility will be more or less. Because we have studied what is solubility, right? Tell me. Hydration and solubility, right? Both are same ना, है कि नहीं? Hydration was in case of ionic compounds, right? So if a molecule is getting more arrested means और ज्यादा molecule पास आएंगे, है ना? जैसे hydration में था Na और Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, जितना ज्यादा पास आएंगे उतना solubility ज्यादा होगा, right? So force of attraction जितना ज्यादा होगा उतना ही solubility अच्छा होगा, right? So I can say that organic compounds, है ना, organic compounds which are polar and non-polar, दोनों होता है. तो जो polar organic compounds होंगे, ठीक है, polar organic compounds वो ज्यादा soluble होंगे कि कम soluble होंगे? Tell me. Polar organic compounds will be more stable in water or less stable in water? Polar organic compound. See, water is polar. अभी मैंने बोला like, dissolve, like. अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ polar organic compounds की, right? So water तो already polar है ना, H2O hydrogen bonding करता है, dipole moment है, right? It is polar, right? Got it? And I just said like, dissolve, like. Polar solute will try to dissolve in polar solvent. ठीक है, got it, right? ठीक है. Now this is for polar solvent. Now what about non-polar solvents? So non-polar solvents which can have hydrogen bond, okay, right? और यहाँ पे non-polar का मतलब कोवेलेंट किससे है, आयनिक से नहीं है, राइट? यहाँ पे नॉन पोलर मतलब कोवेलेंट से, ठीक है. सो यू कैन जस्ट थिंक लाइक दिस. इसको तुम यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड का जनरल डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है, तो ये नॉन पोलर को काट दो तुम, ठीक है, राइट? यहाँ पे लिखो ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड polar organic compounds are soluble in water which is polar solvent due to hydrogen bonding. ठीक है, जैसे ROH is polar, ये नॉन पोलर नहीं है, ROH is polar, ठीक है, polar, right? Make sense? And polar which can have hydrogen bonding, right? ठीक है, got it? Any issue in that? समझ में आ रहा है ये चीज, है ना? But कीटोन, ईथर, अल्केन ये सब नॉन पोलर है, नॉन पोलर and no hydrogen bonding, that's why it is insoluble in water, okay, because water is your polar solvent. Got it? सबको समझ में आई ये चीज? ठीक है, सबको समझ में आ रहा है ना? तो लाइक डिसॉल्व लाइक, दैट्स इट. लाइक डिसॉल्व लाइक, अगर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होगा तो सॉल्युबिलिटी ज्यादा होगा, दैट्स इट. ये दो पॉइंट याद रखना है, लाइक, डिसॉल्व लाइक, and if there is hydrogen bonding between solute and solvent, solubility will be more, and this is due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. इंट्रामोलिकुलर में उल्टा हो जाएगा, ठीक है, इंट्रामोलिकुलर में उल्टा हो जाएगा, ठीक है. सो इंट्रामोलिकुलर में सॉल्युबिलिटी कम हो जाएगी, ठीक है. क्यों? क्योंकि जो सॉल्यूट है या सॉल्वेंट है वो आपस में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग कर लेगा, है ना, राइट? वो आपस में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड कर लेगा. It will not do hydrogen bonding with solute or solvent, okay. So it decreases the solubility as it forms chelate by hydrogen bonding, ठीक है, right? So अगर chelate form कर लिया तो दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल के साथ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग नहीं करेगा. Got it? That's why it cannot form hydrogen bond with water molecule, so it will not dissolve. Got it? Any issue in that? मैंने लिख दिया है, स्टार मार्क कर दिया. सबको समझ में आ रही है ये चीज कि इंट्रामोलिक्यूलर में क्या हो रहा है? इंट्रामोलिक्यूलर में जैसे ये सैलिसाइल्डिहाइड है और H2O है ना? So in this case the सैलिसाइल्डिहाइड will be having intramolecular hydrogen bonding, आपस में ही कर लिया, so it will not have hydrogen bonding with this H2O molecule, right? so it will not be soluble, it will not dissolve. Got it? Okay. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding between same molecule, yes, right? So जहां पे हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग है वहां पे सॉल्युबल होगा, जहां पे नहीं है, राइट, वहां पे जनरली नहीं होगा, ठीक है, या तो कम होगा, ठीक है। एनी इश्यू इन दैट? सबको समझ में आया? सॉल्युबिलिटी सबको समझ में आया? Yes or no? Tell me. And this is the effect of hydrogen bonding only. Normally, like dissolve like, right? And unlike dissolve unlike. Sorry. Means polar dissolve polar, non-polar dissolve non-polar. ठीक है? Obviously इसका exceptions होता है, chemistry है, ठीक है? But I guess सबको ये समझ में आया होगा, है ना, कि how intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bonding affects solubility. Now next is viscosity. What do you think about viscosity? What is viscosity? Right? Tell me. What is viscosity? Viscosity is the tendency of any molecule to stay together, right? Or अच्छा, tell me, water और honey में ज्यादा विस्कस कौन है? Water और honey में ज्यादा विस्कस कौन है? Honey, right? Simple, है ना? So I can say that water और honey में ज्यादा viscous honey है, right? Because it has less tendency to flow. Okay, it means the intermolecular forces between honey is more than that of the water. Yes or no? Right? Intermolecular forces, right, will be more in honey as compared to intermolecular forces of water. Yes or no? Tell me this. Yes? Got it? Now, hydrogen bonding, right? When you talk about intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it will increase viscosity or decrease viscosity? Intermolecular hydrogen bonding will increase viscosity or decrease viscosity? Increase, yes. So I can say that hydrogen bond, right, will increase viscosity. Okay, so hydrogen bond, and which hydrogen bond? Intermolecular, राइट, ये सब इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर के अंदर ही पढ़ रहे हैं, देखो इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर के अंदर ही पढ़ रहे हैं, ठीक है। विस्कोसिटी, राइट, इंक्रीजेस, सो इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू विस्कोसिटी, ठीक है ना। मेल्टिंग एंड बॉइलिंग पॉइंट, तो सी व्हाट इज विस्कोसिटी? इट इज the ability of any fluid to flow, right? Just think about water and honey. Water and honey, right? In water and honey, which will have higher tendency to flow? Which will? Water or honey? कौन ज़्यादा flow करेगा? पानी ज़्यादा flow करेगा कि honey ज़्यादा flow करेगा? Tell me. Tell me. पानी और honey? Honey, right? पानी फ्लो करेगा ना, हनी कहां से फ्लो करेगा, राइट? तुम हनी को रखो और पानी को रखो तो ऑब्वियसली वाटर विल फ्लो ना, हनी विल नॉट फ्लो। हनी को देखो, लाइक वाटर ज्यादा फ्लो करते हुए नहीं ना, राइट? इट इज विस्कस, राइट? इट हैज लेस टेंडेंसी टू फ्लो बिकॉज intermolecular forces will be high. Got it? Right? So I can say that if intermolecular forces will be high, then the fluid will have high viscosity. Got it? सबको समझ में आ गया? तो जितना ज्यादा intermolecular force of attraction उतना ही ज्यादा viscosity. Okay? Got it? सबको समझ में आ गया? एग्जाम्पल देखो, यहाँ पे 3 मॉलिक्यूल हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग के लिए, यहाँ पे 2, यहाँ पे 1. ओके, सो तीनों में किसका होगा? ऑब्वियसली ईथर का ज्यादा होगा, फिर अल्कोहल, फिर वाटर, राइट? इन द सेम वे इसमें भी देखो, इसमें सबसे अच्छा हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, फिर CH3OH में, और इसमें हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग है ही नहीं, राइट? तो इसलिए H2O सबसे ज्यादा, फिर अल्कोहल, फिर ईथर. गॉट इट? I'm loud and clear, Sneha, right? If you can't hear me, just leave and join again. Okay, I'm loud and clear. Okay, next, melting point and boiling point. Now just think about this. What is boiling point? Tell me, what is boiling point? Can anyone define? Unmute yourself and say, what is boiling point? Jasharan, can you speak? What is boiling point?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Jasharan, what is boiling point?
So the state at which liquid will turn into a gas.
Okay. Okay, so this is definition that we have studied till class 10th. Do you remember
So the
any?
intermolecular forces will decrease.
Okay. Now, can anyone explain? Sorry, anyone give another definition? Anyone know any other definition? Uvesh, Abhiram, Aryan, do you remember? I have taught it. Boiling point. Define boiling point. That's it. Define boiling point.
Sir, the particular temperature at which fluid is present in both liquid and gaseous state.
Okay, no, that is what you have studied in class 10th, right? So see, everyone should note it down, right? Boiling point is a temperature. Okay, boiling point is a temperature, right? At which vapor pressure of any liquid is equal to atmospheric pressure. Got it? Atmospheric pressure. So that is the definition of boiling point. Boiling point is that temperature at which the vapor pressure of any liquid is equal to atmospheric pressure. Okay, so you have to write it down. Write it down, write this definition. Boiling point is that temperature at which vapor pressure of any liquid is equal to atmospheric pressure. That's why boiling point of water will change if you go to up the mountain, because वहां पे atmospheric pressure भी क्या होता है? Change होता है. Atmospheric pressure is less, that's why boiling point is less. Got it? Right? So it's actually the temperature at which vapor pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure. ठीक है? Now you have to think how vapor pressure will increase. ठीक है? Vapor pressure कैसे increase करेगा? Now just think about the process of boiling. Okay, so होता क्या है कि surface के molecules है ना, when you talk about the boiling on vaporization, हम लोग already पढ़े हैं class 9th में I guess, that the surface molecules of any liquid, right, है ना, which converts into gaseous form because of less intermolecular force and it will form vapor. That's what happens, right? यही होता है ना, सरफेस का मॉलिक्यूल, लिक्विड के सरफेस का मॉलिक्यूल सरफेस छोड़कर वेपर में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. दैट्स इट. एवरीवन रिमेंबर दिस? यस और नो? जस्ट मैसेज. यू नो व्हाट इज बॉइलिंग? व्हाट हैपेंस इन बॉइलिंग? एग्जाम में आया भी था, राइट? दैट द वाटर मॉलिक्यूल और द मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ एनी लिक्विड of this surface, at the surface, right, leave the surface and convert into gaseous form, right? That's what happens at boiling. Got it? यही होता है ना? Okay, now just think about this. Just think about this. Suppose we have surface of liquid. Okay, suppose we have surface of liquid like this. Okay, this is your surface of liquid. जहां पे ढेर सारे मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं, राइट, मॉलिक्यूल्स. Okay, now if there's another set of molecules, right, obviously there'll be many layers of molecules, many molecules, है ना. Okay, now just imagine that you are a molecule and you are in liquid, which is analogous to you are in a classroom. Okay, suppose you guys are in a classroom, right, and you are liquid molecules. Now suppose someone wants to go outside the classroom. Okay, he feel bored or something like that. Okay, case one. Now case two, he's having a friend, right? Case two, he's having a friend with which, sorry, whom which, yeah, so he's having a friend, right, along with whom he can talk, right, है ना. So he can talk, he can chat, he can have fun, there's a good bonding between each other. Okay, now tell me, in which case student wants to go outside the classroom, in first case or in second case? In first case, where he is not interacting with anyone, he is loner, and or in second case where he has some friends, he has some good bonding, right? Tell me, in which case, first case or second case? Obviously first case, right, है ना. In first case he wished to leave the classroom because he's bored, there's no one to talk to, right, है ना. But if there's interaction between molecules, if interaction between students, right, so obviously they won't wish to leave the classroom. Okay, now the same thing happens with this molecules of water or any liquid at the surface. Suppose the liquid which is below the surface have good intermolecular force of attraction, so it will try to pull the molecule at the surface, right, and because of strong intermolecular force of attraction, so the molecules will not try to leave the surface easily. Got it, right? So it will not try to leave the surface easily, है ना. Got it? All of you got this concept? Because of intermolecular forces, the vapor pressure or the molecule will have less tendency to form vapors. Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Everyone got this? Karishma, Chulika, Jitendra, Anjali, everyone, did you get this? Because of intermolecular forces, the molecule at this surface will have less tendency to convert into vapor. That's first point. Now second point. Now if you have to convert, right, if you have to convert this molecule into vapor, because you need some vapors, right, है ना. In order to convert this vapor into, sorry, this molecules at the surface in vapor, right, in vapor, such that this vapor pressure will be because of vapor only, na, right, है ना. So this vapor pressure will be equal to atmospheric pressure. Okay, more vapor is required, then what you have to do? Tell me what you can do to increase the vapor. You have to increase the temperature, है ना. You have to increase the temperature, right? Got it, है ना. Got it. So what is the meaning of increasing temperature? What will happen to boiling point? What will happen to boiling point? It will increase or decrease? Tell me. What will happen to boiling point? It will increase or decrease? Increase, right? Because this temperature itself is a boiling point. Got it? सब कुछ समझ में आया अच्छे से? साम्या? Right? Karishma? How intermolecular forces affect boiling point? सबको अच्छे समझ में आया? नहीं समझ में आया अभी पूछो, अभी, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है, राइट? या जस्ट याद रखो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर फोर्सेस, ओके, राइट? सो दिस इज one concept that you have to remember. Boiling point is directly proportional. Okay, boiling point is directly proportional to intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces. Okay, and what are intermolecular forces? It is hydrogen bonding, H bonding, right? Now, if there's no hydrogen bonding, obviously there is van der Waals force of attraction. So directly proportional to van der Waals force of attraction. Van der Waals force of attraction. Got it? Okay. Now generally hydrogen bond is stronger than van der Waals force of attraction, except few exceptions. ठीक है, कुछ exceptions है वो याद रखेंगे, but obviously hydrogen bonding is stronger force than van der Waals force of attraction. And we have studied the factors on which van der Waals force of attraction depends. किसी को याद है? Last class में हमने पढ़ा था. Anyone remember that? On which factors van der Waals force of attraction depends? बताओ. Is directly proportional to molecular mass. याद है ना? Directly proportional to molecular mass, right? Inversely proportional to branching, right? सबको याद होना चाहिए. ठीक है, चलो अब देखते हैं. Now think about this. Boiling point का order. Boiling point H2O, CH3OH and CH3OCH3. इसके केस में क्या है? हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. इसके केस में भी हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. उसी केस में नो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, राइट? सो दिस इज H2O, स्ट्रॉन्गर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. 2 OH है, इसमें 1 OH है और इसमें कुछ नहीं है. सो ऑब्वियसली हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग मोर, boiling point more, right? Because hydrogen bonding is stronger than van der Waals force of attraction. Got it? पहला वाला समझ में आया? Yes or no? पहला एग्जांपल समझ में आया? Okay. Now second example. अभी हम लोगों ने देखा था ऊपर, right? 3 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग is greater than 2 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग is greater than 1 hydrogen bonding. So boiling point will also follow the same pattern. Trihydric alcohol can have 3 hydrogen bonding. Dihydric 2 hydrogen bonding. Monohydric 1 hydrogen bonding. So I can say that more number of alcohols, right? Stronger hydrogen bonding, more hydrogen bonding. Now in case of carboxylic acid, okay, monocarboxylic acid will have stronger hydrogen bonding than alcohol. So ये याद रखना है. Obviously alcohol से ज़्यादा strong hydrogen bonding carboxylic acid में होगा. ठीक है, right? Because दोनों में hydrogen bonding होगा. Hydrogen bonding तो दोनों में होगा. अगर hydrogen bonding same है और दोनों में सिर्फ एक hydrogen bonding है, तो next क्या देखेंगे? Van der Waals force of attraction. दोनों मिलाकर van der Waals force of attraction plus hydrogen bonding मिलाकर carboxylic acid ज्यादा होगा. ठीक है, hence boiling point of carboxylic acid is greater than alcohol, right? With comparable molecular mass. ये ध्यान दो, ऐसा नहीं तुम इसको कंपेयर कर रहे हो, OH इसको कंपेयर कर रहे हो C10H23OH से, सॉरी 21, ठीक है, राइट? इसको कंपेयर करो इससे. ऐसा नहीं करना है. कंपेरेबल मास, देयर शुड बी कंपेरेबल मास. गॉट इट? ठीक है. नाउ थर्ड देखो, 1 degree amine, 2 degree amine, 3 degree amine, right? Same as number of hydrogen. When you talk about 1 degree amine, it means नाइट्रोजन से सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक R ग्रुप जुड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है। 2 डिग्री अमीन 2 R जुड़ा हुआ है, 3 डिग्री अमीन 3 R जुड़ा हुआ है। तो ये ऑर्गेनिक में कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होगा कि 1 डिग्री 2 डिग्री 3 डिग्री अमीन्स के इसमें ऐसा क्यों होता है, राइट। बट अभी बस देखो यहाँ पे क्या है, 2 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, यहाँ पे 1 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, यहाँ पे 0 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग। सो ऑब्वियसली बॉइलिंग पॉइंट का ऑर्डर ये होगा। गॉट इट? ये तीनों समझ में आया सबको? यस और नो, टेल मी। ठीक है, ओके। ये इसका यूज एक्चुअली ऑर्गेनिक में होगा, तो अगर नहीं भी समझ में आया तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ठीक है। ऑर्गेनिक में होगा, ठीक है। मोस्टली 1 डिग्री 2 डिग्री 3 अमीन वाला ऑर्गेनिक में होगा ना। ये देखो, ये वाला जो मैं बोल रहा था, ठीक है, इसका क्या है, दिस इज हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, H बॉन्डिंग, नो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, नो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, नो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, है ना। तो ऑर्डर क्या होना चाहिए इसका, केस का ऑर्डर क्या होना चाहिए? सोचो एक बार, सबसे ज्यादा किसका होना चाहिए? NH3 का, NH3 ग्रेटर देन। उसके बाद किसका होना चाहिए बताओ? बिकॉज PH3, ASH3, SBH3 तीनों में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग नहीं हो रहा है, तो क्या देखेंगे बताओ? क्या देखेंगे? पहले तो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग हो गया, NH3 सबसे ज्यादा, उसके बाद क्या देखेंगे? एनीवन रिप्लाई? अभी मैंने क्या बोला था, दैट हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग हो गया, उसके बाद क्या देखोगे? वन डर वाल फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन। यस अंजलि, वेरी गुड। एंड वन डर वाल फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन किस पे डिपेंड करता है? मॉलिक्यूलर मास, मॉलिक्यूलर मास, साइज नहीं, मॉलिक्यूलर मास, ठीक है। सो मॉलिक्यूलर मास किसका ज्यादा होगा बताओ? अब सबसे ज्यादा किसका होगा? ऑब्वियसली SbH3 का ना, राइट। सो ऑर्डर क्या हो जाएगा? NH3 ग्रेटर देन SbH3 ग्रेटर देन ASH3 ग्रेटर देन PH3। ये समझ में आया, ये ऑर्डर क्यों हुआ? सबको समझ में आया? साम्या, प्रीतम, सबको समझ में आया? यस और नो? सुहास, यस, वेरी गुड, समझ में आ गया। सबको समझ में आना चाहिए। और प्लीज ये सब बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, राइट। प्लीज एक बार हफ्ते में 1-2 बार देखते रहना, ठीक है। सी आई डू अंडरस्टैंड कि नोट्स पढ़ने में या वो पढ़ने में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होता होगा। खाते खाते वीडियो लगा लो ना, 10-15 मिनट करते करते रिवीजन कर लो, सिंपल एज दैट, ओके। इट इज लिटरली वेरी इजी व्हेन यू डोंट विश टू स्टडी, कुछ पढ़ने का मन नहीं कर रहा है, राइट, या खाना खा रहे हो, 10 मिनट मेरी बकवास सुन लो, ठीक है, रिवीजन भी हो जाएगा, ठीक है, राइट। इसी बहाने हमको याद भी कर लोगे तुम लोग, ठीक है। 10 मिनट्स आफ्टर एवरी 1-2 आवर्स, 10 मिनट्स रिवीजन करते रहो, ठीक है, केमिस्ट्री में। अदरवाइज बहुत दिक्कत है, मैं बता रहा हूँ। केमिस्ट्री इज वेरी इजी इफ यू रिमेंबर ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट्स। ऐसा नहीं है केमिस्ट्री में कि तुम कॉन्सेप्ट लगा के क्वेश्चन में लोगे, आता है, नहीं आता नहीं आता है, एज सिंपल एज दैट, ठीक है। स्पेशली इन ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री और ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री, ठीक है। इफ यू डोंट रिमेंबर यू कांट सॉल्व, एज सिंपल एज दैट। मैथ्स में क्या है, मैथ्स में सोच के कुछ कुछ करके हो भी जाएगा। फिजिक्स में तो कॉन्सेप्ट ही कॉन्सेप्ट है, राइट। कॉन्सेप्ट याद है, सॉल्व करने आता है तो सॉल्व हो जाएगा, ठीक है। बट केमिस्ट्री में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मैं बता रहा हूँ। केमिस्ट्री सबसे घटिया तुमको तब लगेगा जब तुम याद नहीं करोगे, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया, ठीक है। तो ये हम लोगों ने ऑलरेडी देख रखा है ना। अब H2 वाला केस सेम, H2 में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होगा, बाकी उल्टा है ना, देखो, राइट, सेम HF, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया। सेकंड, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग क्या टाइप, सबसे ज्यादा हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग किसमें होगा? H2O 2 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, HF 1 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, NH3 3 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, बट N सबसे कम इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव है, सबसे कम डाइपोल मोमेंट NH3 का है। सो इसका कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं है, तुमको ये याद रखना पड़ेगा, तुमको ये याद रखना पड़ जाएगा, ठीक है। क्योंकि इसमें 2 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग है प्लस O बीच वाला एलिमेंट है ना, नाइट्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन, फ्लोरीन। नाइट्रोजन का इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी सबसे कम, ऑक्सीजन का 3.5, फ्लोरीन का मान लो 4 या 3.24 और 3.5 था आई गेस, एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं है, ठीक है, ऊपर लिखा हुआ था, बट यू अंडरस्टूड द कॉन्सेप्ट ना, राइट। यहाँ पे 2 है और ये बीच का इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एटम है which is greater than HF, or NH3 even though it's 3 but N is least electronegative among the 3, so dipole moment सबसे कम होगा, got it, ठीक है। Now next is molecular weight, so I told you molecular weight ज्यादा होने के कारण क्या होगा, बताओ। सी देखो, इंट्रामोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, इंट्रामोलिकुलर नॉर्मली इंट्रामोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग के कारण बॉइलिंग पॉइंट कम हो जाता है ना, राइट, ठीक है। सो देखो अभी मैंने बोला था इंट्रामोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग गिव राइज टू रिंग फॉर्मेशन, राइट, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट force of attraction among molecule are van der Waal, not hydrogen bonding, है ना, because when you talk about boiling point, it is intermolecular force which affects the boiling point, ठीक है। Hence due to intramolecular boiling, so intramolecular hydrogen bonding, melting point boiling point are less, got it, ठीक है। Now what about this molecule CH3COH, ठीक है, यहाँ पे ये स्पेशल केस इसलिए हो जाता है बिकॉज इट फॉर्म्स अ डाइमर, ठीक है, इट फॉर्म्स अ डाइमर, ठीक है, ड्यू टू हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड, दैट्स व्हाई द मॉलिक्यूलर वेट ऑफ CH3COH इज ऑलवेज डबल, ये याद रखना, तुम कभी कभी ये पूछ देगा, ठीक है, कि CH3COH का मॉलिक्यूलर वेट डबल क्यों होता है, right, because it forms dimer due to hydrogen bond, got it, सबको समझ में आ रहा है ये चीज, राइट, ये याद रखना है, जो स्टार मार्क कर दिया वो याद रखना है ना। बताओ H2O लिक्विड और H2S गैस, वाई, ये बहुत ही सिंपल है, अभी सबको समझ में आ गया होगा, तो कौन बोलेगा, अनीशा, टेल मी, H2O is liquid whereas H2S is gas, why? Anisha, can you tell? Anisha? Or Anurag, can you tell me? Anurag? Who can say why H2 is liquid and H2 is gas? Tell me why. Who can say? Yes, Malik. You can unmute yourself and say. Malik, your answer is right. So you can unmute yourself and say. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Malik. Tell me.
Sir, and there is no warning in sir. Weight reduces.
Okay, your voice was breaking anyways. I got to.
Intermolecules of attraction decays.
Yes, right. So Malik was saying in H2O, we have hydrogen bonding, right? In H2O, we have hydrogen bonding. Okay. So because of that, the intermolecular forces between H2O is far more than that of the H2S. And we know that intermolecular forces ज़्यादा, then molecule will try to exist in liquid state, कम तो gas state. और अगर बात करते हैं आइस की, है ना, so आइस के कारण हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग और ज्यादा होता है. Now one molecule of ice, okay, will have, or water in ice, one molecule of water in ice, okay, have 4 hydrogen bonding and it has a cage like structure. So normally we have studied that volume of density of ice is less than water. Volume ज़्यादा होता है. Why? क्यों होता है? So see, density of ice is less than water. Density of ice is less than water because volume of ice is more. ठीक है? Why? Because it forms a cage-like structure. Each H2O molecule have 4 hydrogen bonding. Okay, right? Volume increases because of cage-like structure because each H2O molecule have 4 hydrogen bond, right? And they form tetrahedral kind of structure. Okay, because of that, volume increases. Got it? Any issues? समझ में आया सबको? Everyone got this? Just tell me. Everyone got this concept? Why? The volume of water is more. Volume of water is more because water molecule form 4 hydrogen bonding. 4 hydrogen bonding. Because of that, volume increases. Okay, that's it. Okay, now basic strength. Okay, so just think about this. What is base? What is base? Base are those molecules which have tendency to lose OH minus or gain H plus. है ना? As simple as that, right? So base have tendency to lose OH minus or gain H plus. Got it? Now tell me, if a molecule is having hydrogen bond, right? It will have high tendency to gain H plus or less tendency to gain H plus. Tell me. Message me. Just think about this example now, right? Think about this example. Okay. If it is hydrogen bond, see, this is hydrogen bond, right? So in this case, hydrogen is already attracted to nitrogen because of hydrogen bond. Now, when you talk about this, okay, right? Now just think about this. Out of these two, okay, what do you think which will be more basic? Tell me, think. Now, when you talk about this two example, right? तो यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे ये जो मॉलिक्यूल है वो ऑलरेडी कैसे एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है? CH3 का whole 4 N plus OH minus. Now these examples you will study in detail in organic by the way. So अभी टेंशन की जरूरत नहीं है. Basic strength, basic strength organic में पूरे अच्छे से आता है. ठीक है? बहुत सारे अदर फैक्टर्स होते हैं. यहाँ पे अगर नहीं भी समझ में आए कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. लिटरली कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. और ये तुमको केमिकल बॉन्डिंग में ऐसे भी नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ, बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ, इट विल कम इन ऑर्गेनिक, राइट? तुमको बस ये देखना है, इस केस में दिस इज ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग एज दिस स्टेट, है ना, ये ऑलरेडी ऐसा है, ठीक है, और इस केस में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग के कारण पहले ये बनेगा, ठीक है, तो एक केस में ऑलरेडी OH- है और एक केस में बॉन्ड टूट के OH- बन रहा है, ठीक है, राइट? सो दिस विल गिव लेस OH-, इस केस में OH- कम जाएगा और इस केस में OH- ज्यादा जाएगा, एज सिंपल एज दैट, ठीक है? तो जिसको समझ में आ गया ठीक है, नहीं समझ में आया कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, क्योंकि ये अभी यूज होगा भी नहीं, ठीक है ना। इंट्रामॉलिक्यूलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, now when you talk about intramolecular hydrogen bonding, तुमको सिर्फ एक चीज ध्यान देना है, क्योंकि ये भी ऑर्गेनिक में यूज होगा, ठीक है? इंट्रामोलिक्यूलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग will increase the acidic strength of this salicylic acid. क्यों? बाद में देख लेंगे हम लोग, क्योंकि अभी कोई फायदा नहीं है ऑर्गेनिक में, जब पढ़ाएंगे एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ क्या होगा तब, नहीं तो आधा अधूरा हो जाएगा, फिर हमको पढ़ाना पड़ेगा एसिड क्या है, बेसिक क्या है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स, ठीक है, राइट? सो यहाँ पे कुछ एक्सेप्शंस हैं, वो तुम याद रख लो, ठीक है? एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ में तो कोई काम नहीं आएगा, ये सब हम लोग जब ऑर्गेनिक पढ़ेंगे तब एक बार फिर से देख लेंगे, ठीक है? Now this is the special case where chlorine have hybridized, sorry, ये hydrogen bonding, ये स्टार मार्कर ये लिख लो, this is a special case जहाँ पे क्लोरीन हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड करता है, right? This is called as hydrated chloral, right? This is a special case where chlorine have hydrogen bond, right? Usually hydrates are, hydrates मतलब जहाँ पे दो OH हो उसको हाइड्रेट्स बोलते हैं, ओके? एंड CCl3 है तो इसको क्लोरल बोलते हैं, ठीक है? So usually it is unstable, but because of this hydrogen bonding it is stable, and this is probably one of the exceptional compound which have hydrogen bonding with chlorine, ठीक है? Got it? तो ये याद कर लो, ठीक है ना, ये भी ऑर्गेनिक में आएगा, तो ये खत्म हो गया, ठीक है? तो मेरा चैप्टर खत्म, राइट? सो वी कंप्लीटेड द चैप्टर, सब कुछ खत्म हो चुका है, ठीक है? ये नोट्स अपलोड कर दिया गया है आई गेस, ठीक है? प्लस एडवांस असाइनमेंट एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स अपलोड कर दिए गए हैं, ठीक है? नाउ वी विल जस्ट रिवाइज दिस चैप्टर, ओके? स्टार्टिंग से एक बार, okay? We'll revise everything in short. If you have any doubt in any topic, please ask, ठीक है? Right? ठीक है? We will just make a mind map कि क्या क्या है, कैसे कैसे क्या क्या करेंगे, ठीक है? Okay. Now, सबको समझ में आया अब तक? Conceptually, जिसको कोई भी दिक्कत है प्लीज वीडियो देखो, केमिकल बॉन्डिंग के काफी वीडियोस अपलोडेड है, मोस्टली सारे अपलोडेड है, ठीक है? कल वाले क्लास का भी मैंने अपलोड कर दिया, कल या परसों वाले क्लास का, ठीक है? तो सब कुछ अपलोडेड है, ठीक है? प्लीज एक बार देख लेना। Now, when you talk about this chapter, right? This chapter is broken into basically 5 parts. Okay, the first part deals with basic definition of bonds, right? What is chemical bond? Okay, what are the types of bonds, which is ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond? What is the reason behind forming bond? Which is your try to molecule try to acquire the stability, which is your noble gas configuration. Okay, then we studied that every molecule try to achieve stability, okay? They come close to each other and the energy decreases, okay? And the energy is minimum at a fixed point, fixed length, sorry, and that is called your bond length, okay? And the energy at that instance is called as bond energy, okay? Now, when you talk about chemical bond, we have 2 types of bonds, right? One is strong bonds, which is ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, metallic bond. And the other, so it's basically not bond, it's just intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, it is hydrogen bond and van der Waals force of attraction. Now we studied octet rule. What is octet rule? Right, then electron dot structures. Then we studied about exception of octet, how octet can be expanded as well as contracted. But the only thing which we have to remember is the octet of surrounding atoms should be complete. The octet of central atom can only expand or contract, and that only to make the surrounding atom stable. Okay, then we discussed lots of structures of different molecules. Okay, then we studied about ionic bond, how ionic bond are formed, what are the factors which affect the formation of ionic bond, which is your low ionization energy, high electron gain enthalpy, right? More electronegativity difference. Okay, and lattice energy. What is lattice energy? We have discussed. Lattice energy is the amount of energy which is required to break the bond or released to form ionic lattice, right? Okay, then we discussed about the properties of ionic compound, melting point, boiling point, and all those things. Then hydration energy, right? So it is the amount of energy released when an ionic compound is hydrated. Now, what is the meaning of hydrated? It means when an ionic compound is dissolved in water, okay, then the ions will break. That is your lattice energy. Now, the ions will be surrounded by the water molecule because of attraction. Okay, that is called your hydration. Okay, now in this we studied that if the size of cation is less, hydration will be more. We have studied by the example of Virat Kohli, right, and Khali. Got it? Polarization also, same concept, right? Now covalent bond, we studied what is covalent bond, polar covalent bond, non-polar covalent bond, and so on. Coordinate bond is type of bond in which only one atom donates its 2 electron, right? But not completely. Okay, means the electrons stay with both A and B. Okay, but A will not share any electron of B. Okay, that's your coordinate bond. It is usually formed by elements of second period. Okay, elements of second period. Okay, now when we talk about next concept, which is ionic character in covalent compounds. In this, we studied about polarization, polarizability, and polarizing power. So polarization is the process, right, in which there's covalent character in ionic compound or ionic character in covalent compound. Tell me. Covalent character in ionic compounds, right? Okay, so we studied polarization, right? Covalent character in ionic compounds. So if polarization is more, there's more covalent character in ionic bonds. So Fazan's rule, छोटा cation बड़ा anion bonding अच्छा होता है, covalent character ज़्यादा होगा. So polarization, right, is basically divided into two parts: polarizing power of cation and polarizability of anion. So polarizing power is the ability to polarize the electron cloud of anion. खींचना है, right? अपनी ओर खींचना है, right? So if the size of cation will be less, the attracting tendency will be more, right? That's Fazan's rule. Got it? So छोटा cation बड़ा anion polarization अच्छा होगा. So polarizing power is the tendency of cation. Polarizability is the tendency of anion. So polarization is mix of both. So if cation is small, polarization will be more. If anion is big, polarization will be more. If cation, the charge of cation is more, right? Polarization will be more. If charge of anion is more, polarization is more. Okay, so that you have to remember, right? Fazan's rule. These all are the factors which we just discussed. Okay, right? After this, we studied about some other random topics like isomorphism and all those things, conductivity and all, right? Lattice energy we have discussed. So the difference between lattice energy and hydration energy is lattice energy is inversely proportional to sum of radius of cation and anion, right? which is 1 by RA plus RB. But when you talk about hydration energy, it is sum of inversely proportional to individual sum of radius of cation and anion. Okay, so that's why you can ignore, just ignore the effect of anion in hydration energy. Okay, then we studied about dielectric constant, we skipped. Then we studied about VBT. Hai, what is VBT? How covalent bonds are formed? What is paired unpaired electron? What is covalency? Okay. Then application of variable valency, right? Then VBT. In VBT, we studied overlapping. What is overlapping? Overlapping are of two types: head-on overlapping, which is axial overlapping, resulting in the formation of sigma bond, and axial overlapping, lateral overlapping, which is overlapping in which internuclear axis is perpendicular to the overlapping axis, right? Which is perpendicular to. Okay, so it leads to formation of pi bond. It leads to formation of pi bond, and sigma bond is stronger than pi bond. Then we studied extent of overlapping. So extent of overlapping depends on the directional nature of atomic orbital. So PP will have higher overlapping as compared to SP, as compared to SS, right? And the atomic orbital, which is closer, will have higher bond strength. So 1,1 will have higher bond strength as compared to 1,2, and so on. Okay, so this is the order that you have to remember. Okay, now sigma sigma overlapping, always sigma bond. Sigma pi, always sigma bond. Pi pi depends on type of overlapping. We can have both sigma bond as well as pi bond. Okay, now DD overlapping is your delta. We don't study that. Okay, now that we studied about hybridization. So what is hybridization? Hybridization is the intermixing of all the atomic orbitals of an atom if the number of bonds is more than 2. First of all, number of bonds should be more than 2. Okay, got it, right? Okay, then we have types of hybridization. So in order to find the hybridization, you have to first calculate the number of sigma bond as well as lone pair, which is called as steric number. Steric number is number of sigma bond plus lone pair. So if steric number is 1, there is no hybridization. Steric number 2, hybridization is sp, because 1s and 1p is involved. If steric number is 3, then sp2, 1s and 2p is involved, right? 3 sp2, 4 sp3, 5 sp3d, and so on. Okay, so we have studied the shape and structure of all these. The structure of molecule having fixed hybridization is same. For example, if a molecule is having sp hybridization, geometry is always linear, always, doesn't matter what molecule it is. If it is sp2, then geometry or structure is always trigonal planar. sp3 tetrahedral. sd3, it is not sd3, right? So this is something that we have to ignore. Okay, right? We have to ignore this. Okay, it is actually sp2d. Okay, we have to study. D3s we have to ignore. Okay, sp2d we have to study, right? So this ignore. We don't have to study this. Okay, and so on. Then we studied about the VSEPR theory. Okay, VSEPR theory is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, which tells us about the shape and size of the molecule. Okay, so ये सब हम लोगों ने already देख रखा है. ठीक है, ये पूरा हो गया table. CO2 molecule. So we studied that there is a sigma bond due to hybridization, and then pi bond due to overlapping. Now pi bond is always formed by pure p atomic orbital. That's why pi bond is never ever counted in hybridization. है ना? Pi bond is always formed by pure p atomic orbital. Okay. So these are some exercises that we already solved. Now this was the hybridization of solid state aqueous state that you have to remember. पूरा नहीं याद करना है, एडवांस के लिए बस याद करना है, बाकी नहीं याद करना है. ठीक है. bond parameters, then we studied about bond parameters. So when you talk about bond parameters, we have bond length, bond and energy, bond angle, bond order. Ye chart. Bond length is inversely proportional to attraction, as simple as that. Inversely proportional to attraction, which means inversely proportional to electronegativity difference, right? Directly proportional to size, inversely proportional to bond energy, inversely proportional to bond order. Okay. Attraction ज़्यादा, bond length कम. Attraction कम, bond length ज़्यादा, right? ठीक है. So these are the factors we have already studied. Right? We have revised this also in last class, I guess. ठीक है. So ये हो चुका था. After this, we studied resonance. Now, resonance is a separate topic. Resonance is a separate topic which is very, very, very important. So resonance is delocalization of pi electrons. It is delocalization of pi electrons. Only condition, अमीर के बगल में गरीब, right? Rich के बगल में poor, vacant के बगल में fulfilled, half filled के बगल में half filled, vacant के बगल में half filled. That's it, right? That's all you have to see. Now, the second concept was to identify the groups. Either it is electron releasing group or electron withdrawing group. Electron releasing group. When we talk about electron releasing group, so electron releasing group are the groups having lone pair. Okay, electron releasing group are the groups having lone pair on the first atom. Okay, electron releasing group. For example, OH. So O पे lone pair. So it is your electron releasing group. Now electron withdrawing group. These are the groups having double bond on the first atom, right? So when you talk about resonance, electron will move away from electron releasing group because it has tendency to give electron, and electrons will move toward the electron withdrawing group. Okay, so detail of that we have studied in another notes. Then MOT. So in MOT we studied that unlike hybridization, MOT is the overlapping of atomic orbitals of two different atoms. Okay, it is just case of overlapping. So in this case, the atomic orbital of two atom overlaps, right, and form molecular orbital. The overlapping happens in two ways when they overlap, right, in same phase. It is called as positive overlapping, and the atomic molecular orbital which is formed is your bonding molecular orbital. Okay, whereas if the overlapping is subtractive overlapping, means opposite phase, it is anti-molecular orbital. Molecular orbital, right, bonding molecular orbital is responsible for formation of bond, whereas anti-bonding molecular orbital is responsible for breaking of bond. Okay, now when you talk about notation, sigma, pi, delta is used for bonding molecular orbital, sigma star, pi star, delta star for anti-bonding. We don't have to study about delta and delta star. So kahin aa jaye, dekhkar rat lo, as simple as that, right? Okay, now when you talk about the configuration, so it is same as electronic configuration. Okay, for O2 and above O2, it is this: sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, sigma 2pz, pi 2px, pi 2py, pi star 2px, pi star 2py, and sigma star 2pz. Means sigma 2pz is before pi 2px, pi 2py. But when you talk about nitrogen and below, the position will reverse. This is the diagram, orbital diagram. If anyone asks you in school, this is the diagram that you will draw. It will not be asked in JEE, but in school it will be asked. You have to remember this. Niche wala bonding, upar wala anti-bonding. Now in case of N2, the position of pi 2px, pi 2py and sigma 2pz exchange. That's it. Or koi difference nahi hai. Now in this, we studied about bond order, right? Bond order is half of bonding electrons minus non-bonding electrons, sorry, anti-bonding electrons, ठीक है, by 2, or half बोल दिया. Then bond length, we already studied bond length is equal to bond order, stability directly proportional to bond order, dissociation energy directly proportional to bond order, magnetic property, we just have to see the unpaired electrons. If unpaired electron will be there, then we will have paramagnetic nature. If unpaired electron is not there, then diamagnetic nature. Okay. We have studied this. खत्म. Dipole moment तो आज ही किया. ठीक है. So these all things are already covered recently. So I guess you get the gist of the chapter. ठीक है. सबका chapter complete हुआ. Just raise your hand. If you understood the chapter, please raise your hand. Next class में, जब भी next class होगा, कल परसों जब भी हो, right? We will discuss all the homework of 4.1 to 4.5. ठीक है. सारा homework plus TPP जो भी होगा वो डिस्कस करेंगे. ठीक है. So try to solve as much as possible. Next class में पूरा का पूरा homework डिस्कस होगा 4.1 से लेकर 4.5 तक का. ठीक है. उसके नेक्स्ट क्लास में पूरा पर टीपी डिस्कस होगा. उसके नेक्स्ट क्लास में पूरा का पूरा प्रीवियस ईयर डिस्कस होगा. ठीक है. गॉट इट. सबको समझ में आया ये चैप्टर? सबको समझ में आया कि नहीं आया बताओ? ठीक है. और इसको क्या करना, 2 दिन बाद नाश्ते में खा जाना. ठीक है. एक दिन रेजोनेंस खा जाना, एक दिन डाइपोल मोमेंट, और एक हफ्ते में पूरा पूरा चैप्टर खा जाना. ठीक है. ताकि उसके बाद याद ही ना रहे. सर क्या होता है हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग, क्या होता है पता ही नहीं है सर, खा गए हम. ठीक है. ऐसा किए ना तो हम खा जाएंगे तुम लोगों को. समझ में आ रहा है? धमकी मत समझना, हम धमकी नहीं देते, हम तो प्यार से बात करते हैं. ठीक है. ठीक है एवरीवन. सो आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग. ठीक है. सब कुछ समझ में आया होगा. नहीं समझ में आया प्लीज वॉच वीडियोस, मेक नोट्स, पॉइंट आउट द टॉपिक्स. जो नहीं समझ में आया गेट इट क्लियर्ड इन डाउट सॉल्विंग सेशंस और डिस्कशन सेशंस. ओके. थैंक यू एवरीवन. ओके. बाय एवरीवन. या बाय.